This is a video on a recent Jerzeedevil member that passed away. He was known as DaBird on the JD. His real name was Jerzeedevil. I was going to just post on the thread about his passing, but honestly, I just had way too much to say, so I just felt it was a little bit easier to put it on video and just kind of express my thoughts about him and his passing. Jerry, to me, was a friend. I never met him in person, but we communicated a lot via email and PMs and just overall communication on the forum itself. And I really just found him to be an extremely helpful individual and a very encouraging individual. And I think it was just kind of important to not just, obviously, I'm very sad to hear about his passing, and you usually just see the comments on the forums, rest in peace and you'll be missed, and he was funny, and that's very true. He was definitely all of that, but I also just kind of wanted to take his passing and just kind of make a point that I guess I kind of just thought of when I heard about him passing away. I just think all too often on the internet we tend to joke about all the trolls and all the misinformation and about how anything, obviously anything, the sarcastic remarks, obviously anything you hear on the internet is true, so on and so forth. You hear the term keyboard commando and just a bunch of stuff like that, because that, unfortunately, is a big part of the internet. People who just talk a lot of trash, are very opinionated, always want to be heard, want to troll, and they really don't have any real knowledge, any real experience, or anything real to contribute to, whether it's a web forum or YouTube or whatever the case is. They don't really have much to contribute. That's a very common thing amongst the internet nowadays. It just seems to be a medium for people who want to sit behind a keyboard and just type up a storm and not really help contribute to anything. But I think people like Jerry, you kind of have to highlight them because they're few and far in between. But people like that shouldn't go unnoticed, and I think it's just a good opportunity to bring up the fact that because of people like him, you can actually make the argument that you can learn a lot off a forum or off an internet, and you can benefit a lot off of other members within the community based on their extensive experience, whether it's shooting or in knives or whatever the case is. He was a fine example of a contributing member to a particular community and to the internet. I myself learned a lot from him. I started getting into, our initial common interest was knives, but eventually I got into shooting, and that led to reloading, which he was my primary contact during that time in learning about it, because to be honest, I didn't have any friends in the local area that were into shooting or reloading, and I just emailed him, and he would give me back these very long and extensive emails about shooting, picking out the right gun, how to reload, what mistakes I might be making, really walked me through it. And on top of that, he really encouraged me as a beginner. He really encouraged me and said very encouraging and motivating words to help me just gain confidence, and a little of that goes a long way. Honestly, he literally taught me how to reload just over emails, and he taught me a lot of shooting tricks and ways to practice that really benefited me on the in my matches and just shooting in general. So I think it's just proof that you really can benefit from other members within the community when they choose to apply their experience and genuinely want to help you out. And that's what Jerry was. He was that type of guy who would really go out of his way to help a person out. And I definitely benefit a lot from that. He was always a very encouraging person within the volley song community. In the beginning, when the JDBA started, there was a little bit of tension between collectors, flippers, and other people who collected different knives. But he always kept it real funny and lighthearted in there, and was always very encouraging for all the people flipping volley songs. So I just thought that it was good to point out that there are some really good people out there in the community. He was definitely one of them, and people like that contribute and add and benefit the community as a whole. They benefit people as an individual, but they also benefit the community as a whole. And he's definitely going to be missed amongst the entire community. I have out here just 3 of the things that I know he loved. He definitely loved the JD. Definitely loved the 1911 of all the guns. He's actually the one who turned me towards the 1911. Now this is my favorite platform to shoot as well. And he loved knives and volley songs. So that's why I have these three things here. These are kind of some of his favorite things that I know of. But Jerry, you'll definitely be missed. You're a serious contributor and just an awesome member on the JD, awesome person in general. So for those of you guys watching, and you, I'm sure you feel the same way. But thanks for hearing out these words, and thanks for watching the video. And DaBird, we're all gonna miss you. So rest in peace.